Hello, hello. It's been a little while, hasn't it? This is not how I anticipated the year going, but it is what it is. This video is sort of to touch base, to recalibrate, and to reignite my creative flow by playing with one of my favorite mediums, which is oil pastels. I am using the Mungyo Gallery student grade set on some canvas that I've had lying around for ages. I sketched out a portrait with a watercolor pencil, Jasarts Watercolor Pencil, if you are interested to know. I find watercolor pencil is much easier to hide than graphite. So I always prefer to use watercolor pencil if I know I'm going to be going over it with something. Um, yeah, mostly I am doing this art piece for fun to touch base with my art process again and to create something because I have not done much art at all this year. I've I've barely done any, which is not how I wanted this year to go. I love creating art. I also love learning about the processes and learning about the history. And I love other people's art. I watch a lot of other people create art, and I love that. But sometimes, and I'm sure it's the same for all of us, we just get stuck in a rut with no ability to find the motivation or the time or the desire to create. And it can be really difficult. A lot of it was external factors building into a real low energy state that I found myself stuck in, which is something I've battled with on and off my whole life, different mental health struggles. And when I get really low, it can be hard to do anything. I'm sure other people with the same experience as me know what I mean, that once you get stuck in a rut, you're basically in survival mode. And it it sucks. It's like you can see your life passing you by, but you can't do anything to get out of it. And it just builds and builds. And the longer you spend not doing something, the harder it is to get. So I didn't create art this year, but I didn't do much of anything else either. I enjoy a range of different hobbies, and I didn't partake in most of them. I lost my job at the start of this year, which was a bit of a kick in the guts. But I was able to find another one very quickly, which was really lucky. I didn't spend too much time unemployed. And on one hand, my new job was a lot better than the old one. I felt, I would say, generally better going to work. Like I was happy to go to work, but it was very draining as well. And I found, though I did have time, it wasn't so a legitimate lack of time. It was more of a physical lack of time, like being so tired that there is, even though you literally have the time, you don't have the energy to do anything other than the bare basics. And it's very difficult to pull yourself out of that sort of space. Now, alongside that, I have been lucky to have a really good support network, uh, friends and family, so I never felt alone or so bad that I couldn't get out. But I didn't enjoy any of the things that I enjoyed. Like, I didn't derive any pleasure from art or writing or crafting or any of the things that I consider my hobbies, I didn't enjoy any of it. And it was really hard to feel that. Like, what is the point if I don't actually enjoy this at the moment? It feels like a chore, like you're supposed to want to do your hobbies. And when you have the time, you're supposed to do it. But what do you do when the things you claim to enjoy feel like a chore? Like, you're supposed to get those dopamine levels going by taking on different projects that you've enjoyed in the past, but now it's just a chore. It's like, I have to do this for my mental health. It's, I'm not big exerciser. I don't enjoy sweating. So exercise has always been a chore. I have done a lot of different sports, and I've done a lot of different like dance related hobbies. I've done yoga, done soccer, I've done pole dancing, I've done regular dancing, I've done karate, I've done general spin classes and things like that. And I've never found anything I enjoy. So I know I'm supposed to exercise and I know it's going to feel like a chore. So it's easier to put that in a sort of box and be like, okay, I've got to do this. But when it comes to art and drawing and painting, it has always been something that is supposed to be a reprieve from the chores. Something that makes me feel good, but doesn't cause me to suffer. And yet I couldn't do any of it without feeling like this is this is a chore. And been a really difficult thing to get out of my head. And it really sucked. And I spent a lot of this year feeling bored because I didn't enjoy anything and terribly sad because I didn't enjoy anything. I have hit another snag in my life where my contract for my job was not renewed. So I find myself unemployed once more, which is not a situation you want to be in. So I am applying for a lot of different jobs. I am really pushing myself to find another job. But for the first time in a long time, I have been able to sit down and create art and feel good and feel excited and want to get up and create some more art. And the shift has been amazing. I am enjoying I'm enjoying life again. And it's been really, really good. Like right now, I have all these different plans. I have a dozen different projects I want to work on. I'm trying to limit myself. I'm trying to, you know, tackle one thing at a time because I know that I will overload myself and I'll start to panic. So I'm just taking things a little at a time and just enjoying feeling free, feeling no pressure, and being able to create again. And I'm sure there are a lot of people with similar stories. I know that a lot of people don't have the luxury I do to be secure without having a job. I am lucky enough to have a good support network that not working right now isn't going to leave me homeless. I do need to find a job. I do need to be earning some money again. Um, but I will never be homeless. So I have that as a safety net. However, I do find myself with a lot of things I would like to share again. I, before I lost my job, I went on a trip to Japan and I filmed a bit of it, but I also bought a lot of art and art supplies. And I've filmed that, always sort of hoping that I would get back into um, this channel again because I do enjoy it. So I have that I am going to share. There are a few other ideas I have for things that I want to film and record and share. So I am hoping to get a little community going and hopefully just keep sharing things and keep this will to create for as long as possible. So, like I said, I have a video on supplies I brought in Japan, as well as a lot of little art pieces that I brought over there. I have a video filmed on some of the products that I brought there and how they work, and my thoughts on them. So if you are interested in that sort of thing, I'm going to try and keep recording, keep doing things, and keep sharing with you guys. Um, and if you enjoy this kind of video where I just sort of ramble about things while art goes on in the background, let me know. I plan on doing a lot more in this style. This is sort of to touch base with any of my subscribers that are still interested in my content, which I am extremely grateful for if there are any of you out there. But otherwise, yes, my next video will be a haul from Japan. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!